Is Split Fiction worth the time, worth the experience, worth the purchase? I'll definitely say so, especially if you're interested in action-adventure games that have a co-op experience towards them.
Holy! Still no sign of the glitch!
Like The Way Out or It Takes Two, those games usually have another friend, a partner, whatever it may be, a family member in order to play those games with to have the best experiences ever, as it highlights interaction as the most important part of gaming, which is also a thing that we preach about on the channel, that interactions that are healthy and good usually lead to more fun experiences overall, and Split Fiction does harbor that same experience, especially if you're playing with another person that you do know. Also, this game does have other benefits, as if you do purchase one copy, you can send a free copy to a friend in order for them to play as well, and that makes it a lot more fun. If you can play online as couch co-op, or in person in the same room, you play as two-player as well. Couch co-op games have not existed for a while in my opinion, and seeing them come back slowly through these type of games have been really fun and enjoyable. So short answer, definitely worth your time. As we get into this, we'll talk about my experience, my time on this game overall, and thanks to EA for sending us a free copy to highlight on the channel today, and talk about it within this video. So Split Fiction does have the interesting narrative of two characters, two main protagonists. You will be able to play one or the other, depending on who you pick, and the other teammate will pick up the other player, and it just goes from there. And these characters are both female characters, they both have interesting dilemmas, situations, but they've come here to release some ideas into the public of their unfinished books, which sadly doesn't work. But they're going through this process of being able to publish their ideas with the assistance of someone else, another organization, being this writer organization. I believe that's what they're classified as. And from there, they try to actually help you out. But then you start to realize maybe they're not really helping you out. And then at the last second, you both merge into a single bubble because you're supposed to be at a designated spot, but you're not there, and you merge together, creating this situation of being split in their reality or their ideas. And as they go through this experience, you'll be able to experience both stories from your character and the other simultaneously to create some unique experiences overall. So it's always fun to see how the other character is thinking and how they can actually change the gameplay and what you do in each game. Because you will have a certain map that's around 1.5 hours to complete, but also have little secret levels that you can do as well that are optional within the game in order to experience the other character. And it'll keep switching vice versa depending on whose main story you're going with at that time. And this creates a lot more levels of interaction.
We're good. Let's go.
It's hammer time!
And with that interaction, this game has huge amount of data. So you'll be downloading like a 160 gig game, I think on PC, goes up to like 260 if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of things that happen in this game. Visually appealing, yes. Graphics are there. Interaction is there. And the interaction doesn't just stop as one player does one thing, another player does another thing, and it opens a secret door and you can both go through it. It's usually more like helping each other out in order to reach an outcome, in order to prevail to the next point. And the depth of those mechanics still keep going and get better and better and even more difficult, but also keep it more fun. Bit of a cozy experience. I don't want to say cozy as much because usually cozy means bad game. But in this case, it's not. It's more chilled, laid back, and you can enjoy it.
What were you expecting? We're cyber ninjas.
Lethal force is authorized.
And that's the idea of like Split Fiction. You have ideas being mixed together between both those protagonists and be able to experience them. But the organization that you went with to help you out is actually trying to harvest all your ideas, not just the unfinished ones that you use for your books, but also other ideas that you have in your creative mind. Pretty much take away all your creative intent, pretty much like AI. AI stopped everything recently for artists, and the exact same thing's happening in this actual game as well. They're taking your ideas and using it as their own and claiming it as their own IP or their own valid ideas, which doesn't really help out because you find out little cracks in the system, little glitches, and from there be able to progress through the game in order to get to a point of prevail, which we don't know what's going to happen yet. I'm only 6 hours in, but playing with another family member has been quite fun. I haven't had a couch co-op game in years that wasn't It Takes Two or The Way Out. Those games are great too, but when the last couch co-op game I played prior to that is maybe like fighting games. That's the closest experience to couch co-op games that you can get these days are fighting games, which keep it fun and attainable when in the same environment. Other than that, there's no other games that you play that much these days. Like Halo doesn't really exist and doesn't give you the opportunity to play split screen anymore. So it's kind of hard to find other games in other genres and be able to play other games that aren't fighting games in couch co-op experiences or environments can actually help out. So action-adventure game like this with high interaction between players, keeping everything very enjoyable, positive, is a lot of fun.
They weren't kidding when they said extracting all of their ideas.
No more juice! Better hurry! Why did I include quicksand?
So from gameplay, there's a lot of running, there's a lot of interaction, which you have to use certain things at certain points of the story in order to progress, which keeps it enjoyable and not repetitive. The running can be a bit repetitive, that's for sure, but usually running to another objective, another thing, try and dodge something, becomes a bit of a platformer in some aspects. You also might get a headache when there's a certain level, there's a lot of motion sickness, aka you keep spinning around with a certain character.
Find it. Who knows? But I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to break. Going up, or sideways, or upside down, up. Huh, that weirdly makes sense.
And then it gets really confusing, so you might get sick from that, so I'm going to bump a point from that, just because of that experience. Other than that, it's quite fun. I would give this game an 8 out of 10 overall for when it comes down to graphics. Easy 10 because there's so many things happening at once, so detailed, the environments are really great. And when it comes to gameplay, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. There's moments where it's really high and enjoyable and action-packed, and other moments when it calms down, so you have a bit of time to break away from action. But I don't prefer those moments as much, depending on what point of the story at. So I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 overall.
Why did you include this into your story, Mio?
Lens laser.
But the genuine fun mechanic you can have with your friends, and the times you can kill each other, because you can do that in this game. And then there's moments where you can interact with certain things, that allow things to happen, and you can pretty much play around with it. It's a lot of fun, so I'll give that a 10 as well. A lot of mini games that can utilize within this to keep the game enjoyable. So right now, 6 hours in, I do think this game is something you should play and give it a go as well. Because as you see from the footage, hopefully on the screen as we're talking about this, it's action-packed, which is the most important part. Action-packed co-op experience, you can have fun with your friends, and that's all that matters.
Conditions!
Self-destruct in 40 seconds. Destruct in 30 seconds.
Focus, Zoe! I'm trying! Autocorrect!
And I wanted to make a video on this, just talking about it with the face cam. I haven't done one of these in a while. If you want to see more videos like this, tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to know, as we try and make more videos, more reacting content, discussions, reviews, whatever it may be. I think it'll be more fun and enjoyable for myself to make as well on the channel. And we just talk about ideas as we go. But tell me opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. As always, mates, it's been a pleasure. And I'll catch you, mates, next time. Bye-bye.